Beach FM, locals talking to locals.
Talking sport with my good friend and Sky commentator, Grant Nisbett, who joins us now. You went over to the Melbourne Cup. Did you make $1 or $2 or what?
G'day, Ron. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad, mate. I don't know about you. As you get older, you're less able to cope with crowds, and 80-odd thousand people on course is probably a bit much, but I've got $1 or $2.
Oh, that's good. I have to tell you, and you'll be worried at this, it's the first time, I think, in 40 years that I haven't had a bet on the Melbourne Cup. I mean, I was working anyway, but Jenny and I, would normally, have a few bets. Didn't even go. Didn't even have a crack. But yeah, it happens. It happens.
Next year's a good year.
Yeah, next year's a great year. I should go. I've never been. Good?
Never been. I've been 3 times now, and it's an experience. You should put it on your bucket list.
Yeah, I should. Well, you normally too. Go down to Christchurch for the meetings there this week too, don't you? You've gone down.
Oh, I have done it in the past. Yeah, Cup week. It's a huge week. It really is. I mean, you get all 3 New Zealand Cups in the space of about 5 days. We already had the Trotting Cup, the Greyhound Cup is tonight, and the New Zealand Galloping Cup on Saturday. So it really is a big week.
Oh, it was a hell of a finish in the Cup too during the week, wasn't it? Boy, that was brilliant.
Yeah, great finish, and good story too, because it's probably one of the lesser of the Perd and Rasmussen horses that won it. So it was, it was terrific.
Yeah, it was really good for them. Oh, that's excellent. All right, let's talk a little bit of cricket. Have you been watching much of the Black Caps?
Well, I was away when a lot of it was on, to be perfectly honest, but I caught the odd one. The T20 doesn't excite me as much as the Test matches, I've got to say, but it was competitive stuff for sure. And of course, there's a World Cup T20 coming up next year, so I guess we need to get our game in order. And we're not too bad at it, although we just fell over at the last hurdle, sadly.
Yeah, they did, and well, much like they did in the 50-over game. But I suppose I'm not a great fan of it like you of T20, but I mean it's the World T20 next year, so you got to adapt, don't you? And you got to think, well, that's what they want.
Yep, yeah, I mean that's what the fans want. It's a 3.5-hour game effectively. You can go along sort of mid-afternoon or whatever, and you're home again by maybe 7 o'clock. So. That's the modern world, I suppose. People aren't prepared to sit all day at Test matches as much as what they used to.
Okay, what about, of course, it's the Test series coming up now against England. And this England side in particular has got some really very good-looking young players that have come and made this Test lineup.
Yeah, they're a good Test team. Admittedly, they didn't win back the Ashes, but nevertheless, they were highly competitive in a very good series. And I suppose they got a bit of a weakness at the top of the order. They've never really been able to replace Alistair Cook as an opener, but guys like Joe Root and these sort of guys, Johnny Bairstow, they're good Test players, and of course they bowl well. Well, England teams always bowl well. So I think this will be a highly competitive series, and we will be hoping like hell that Kane Williamson can overcome his injury difficulties, because he is such a key component.
Yeah, and I think that's a little bit of a problem. I mean, he's waited this out. But what I see from Williamson on other occasions that he has been injured, and he's been injured a fair bit over the last 18 months on and off, is that he seems to, when he's playing, he seems to work through it.
Yeah, look, he does. He stayed out of the T20, obviously, which was a good move. And I think you'll find he'll be ready. He'll be particularly interested in being ready to play a Test match at what is effectively his home ground in Tauranga. So I think he'll be ready. And of course you've got Ross Taylor. A bit like England, we just struggle a wee bit at the very top of the order. So let's hope we can get some runs. We're going to bowl well. There's no doubt about that. Southey and Bolt and Wagner and whoever, maybe even Ferguson. We should bowl pretty well.
Yeah, Ben Stokes will be looking forward to it. Oh, it's like being back at home, isn't it?
Well, it is being back at home, exactly. And he's been a bit of a nemesis for us, hasn't he, really, with what happened in that one-day final and all the rest of it. No, he's a very good player, no doubt about that. And He's the sort of all-rounder that we've got in de Grandhomme. We just need a bit more production out of de Grandhomme, I reckon.
Okay, just to wrap it up, and Warren Gatland, Mitchell rejected the Chiefs role because, of course, Gatland will be doing well, it's everybody, isn't it, in the next season. So, yeah, I was surprised he didn't take it on.
I think this is a money thing. To do the Chiefs, to carry on with England, you'll be making one hell of a lot more money staying up with England. And, of course, it was only a one-year role anyway because Gatland is only going away for 1 year because of the Lions tour. So he would only been a fill-in at the time. I think he's seen the fact that it was very short-term and he's probably better off staying in England, where apparently he's got a contract for another couple of years, and earn the big bucks over there. Yeah,
you did right. Bowden Barrett just spent $4.3 million on a house in Auckland. But I see the golfing genius revealed he's no left-handed clubs and no worries. He just gets out and plays either way.
Yeah. Look, it's going to be interesting to see how that season unfolds with the Blues because, of course, he's not available in the first half of the season. So he's going to have to come back and probably revive a season that's not going that well. I mean, I looked at that Blues team and I thought they're okay, but they're not brilliant. I think the team that's come out of this, the great wash-up, and the teams were revealed, I think, yesterday or the day before, are the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are looking pretty solid. They've got 3 incumbent All Black props. Now, that's a damn good start for Gatland. Admittedly, no Brodie Retallick, but I reckon if you look through that Chiefs squad, you might see a team that's maybe worth backing in Super Rugby next year.
Well, I'll certainly watch them, mate. And you enjoy your bowls. Just put your head down and win on Saturday.
Yeah, head down, follow through.
Okay, buddy.
Righto, mate.
Great to talk to you.
Okay.
That is Grant Nisbett with us here on the beach.
106.3 Beach FM.